Greetings, it's Vaygrim. Welcome back to another episode of Vaygrim's Chance. I'm going to have to apologize ahead of time. I apparently have a little bit of a cold, and so there might be some coughing off camera. How much of these do I have? Not enough for yet. I need to make some more white painted vents, some of the quartz painted vents, so I can put them in the windows. So I've been working on this actually between episodes. I know I said I was probably going to work on it some this episode, but it's so much little fiddling detail work, I decided to go for it off camera. Now, I've been continuing the design that was proposed by Belgabor. I got the name wrong the first time. I said Belgador. It's not Belgador, it's Belgabor. Belgabor suggested this design. He proposed some pictures. He linked to them in chat. I still got to figure out what I want to do here. That looks disconnected, but it works. For now. So this is, at least for now, what I've got. And I do kind of like it. I think that the top... I don't know if I want to bring those white accents on the inside of the building or not. But it is a very big space. I think probably right about this level. I'm going to try and see if I can put an altar that's going to have the feathered knife, blood altar with the feathered knife ritual on it. So when you come up here onto the top floor, you will automatically start getting hurt and getting sacrificed. And maybe I can put a ritual of regeneration in it at the same time. We'll see. That would be nice. That would be very nice. But this definitely is a nice, big, open space. It's what I wanted. I wanted a bit more curve to this, though. I kind of wanted this to curve up and over. So I still might actually take this up a little bit more. By the way, if you'll notice, you look real carefully. What's wrong with this picture, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, that picture is wrong because the building is wider one block than it is long. So basically going this way, it's 7 blocks, like right here in that stretch. But going this way, it's 6 blocks, because I'm a genius. So the building is a little bit deeper than it is wide by 1 block, but that's okay. It really is barely noticeable, especially from the ground, so I'm going to leave it. Let's go all the way down here. Whee! And I really do like the kind of the quirky shape and the strange accent. The only thing I'm thinking about now, I think it would be cool if we had a floating kind of a cauldron, kind of a catch point right here in the corner, just kind of hovering in midair, and we could literally have lava. Actually, not lava, because great wood is not going to be fireproof when we upgrade Thumbcraft. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Another liquid, maybe. Some kind of a fuel from Ender.io that looks weird. But I really do love that kind of corner accenting. The white from those little strips really makes it pop. It really lets you see the curve of the building and see where the actual shape is. If you didn't have these white lines, all that nether brick, it just kind of disappears into itself. And it's, you know, you can't really see the shape of the building. This way, you can see the shape of the building, and it accents it and kind of makes it, you know, leap out at you. Oh, hey, there's, you know, detail work there. And I like that. I think that's really cool. I still need to refine some of the points on it, but I'm working on it. And I think it looks really good. Today, I have a whole bunch of carpet. Yes, carpet. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I want to do a little bit of planning. And this is not going to be a terribly exciting episode, but planning has to be done, unfortunately. I'm going to be using carpet to mark out where I want to build things, so I can plan space accordingly. This is going to be the landing spot for the bridge. I'm going to have the set of stairs come up to about level here, and then extend this way. So it's going to be a similar design bridge to that one. I'm thinking about seeing if I can make the top flat part of it covered. I think that'd be cool, but we'll see. Yeah. So up here, let's get a bird's eye view. Okay. This would be about the center of the island. We can even zoom in using our mini map. This would about be the center, roughly, of the island itself. And I normally wanted to have a central square, which means I'd have another fountain, like what's behind the, a bigger version of what's behind the actual gatehouse. I'd have it right here. But I'm actually going to move it forward some, specifically because whoops, carpet's easy to build with. I like it. It's good for planning. I want to actually have a bigger set of buildings towards the back. I've got some plans. I'll go into those later. But this is where I actually want the fountain to be. And I want it to be a bigger fountain than this one right here. Which actually means that probably what I want to do is something like that. Maybe even a step farther. We'll see. Nice big fountain that would be at the center of a square, and you see it takes up a lot of space. Now, that is not exactly... Yeah, I actually want to move this over. Nope, I've distorted something. Oh, God. Oh, I see what I did. And then we do... Okay, this is going to get moved over by 1. Then we're going to do... Whoops. And... messed it up again. So... now it makes sense. Okay. And it's closer to where I want it. It is turning dark already. I don't need that. Whoopsie. Boots. Let's do a quick sleep. Now, the bridge is going to be off-center. Normally, if I was making this on flat ground from scratch, I would have the bridge or the walkway center itself on the fountain. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be offset. You have to remember, this was a flat land city somewhere else. And it has been extracted and brought here. Yeah. So basically, the bridge is going to be off-center. It's going to be an afterthought. Everything got moved at different heights and different locations where it originally was. Bridges are being built to, well, bridge the gaps so that you can actually get to the places that were previously just accessible via flat land. So that's why the bridge is not centered on the fountain itself. It's supposed to be offset. Now that I think about it, I'm actually going to do... Okay. So, I know where the landing zones are on both ones. Now, on the fountains, I actually had an idea. Let's see. This is going to be a much bigger version of the one down there, which means that I do actually want to see if I can kind of make some structures around. I want at least 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4. I want a decent amount of walk space around. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I swear I can count. Yeah. At least 4 squares of walk space around the actual fountain in all directions. I don't think I'm going to put anything over here, but I'm just going to put a marker down just in case. So, we now have that. As you can see by our wonderful little mini-map. Can I? I can. Hey! Okay. You can actually zoom that in, but that's a little too far. Okay. So over here on this side, I'm actually going to make this centered on an empty space between each side. So what I'm going to do, basically, something like that. These are going to be the corners of different buildings. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Wow, I'm not a very good carpet layer. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I might end up doing something. No. Yeah, that lines up. Was it there? No, it was one further back. Aha. Okay, yes. That is lining up, which means this way you know what, I could bring those in a little bit more, those corner buildings. Bring them in 2. 1, 2. Love planning with carpet. Makes it so much easier. That lined up. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to bring this one in. Not you. Which means right about I think. Okay. That would be the square design. This normally would be where some buildings would be. Wow, stack of carpet already. Move those over there. Okay, so this is basically what I would have planned the full square to look like. The market square. This is what I would have planned it to look like originally. Now, I don't think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull these out, and this half of the square is going to be, actually, let's do this chunk over here, is going to be open air. So there's almost going to be, you know, I could actually just take those shops out. Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. 2, 3, 4. No, not you. There we go. Okay, we could do it at an angle like that. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. Designer's prerogative. So here's what we're going to do. This is where I need some ideas. Oh, you know what I want to do? First, I want to make a clipboard. Let's get the flower. Clipboard, clipboard. Okay. Yes, that one. It has an EMC value. That's a little weird. So I need some wood. And I'm actually going to do, let's see, paper, 2, 3. What else do I need? I need a feather and an ink sac. I have a feather right there. And where are the ink sacs? Where are the ink sacs? Here, ink sacs, ink sacs. Am I just not seeing it? Okay, let's go back to. In theory. Yes, please, thank you. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's shrink this back down. I lied. Let's bring it back. Haha. Okay, so right here, you can see on the map where I am, on the mini-map. Right here, we're going to have one shop. It is probably going to be connected. If I do that, it's a very tiny shop. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4. Teensy-tiny shops or not? I don't know. Gonna have to see. This is gonna take a little bit of design and thought. Okay. So we've got the corners marked out of all of these shops, right? Now, what I'm actually going to want to do is I'm going to have a grocer. That is an accurate job description. I actually am going to have an alchemist. The grocer is going to grow things like oh gosh, let me think. The grocer is going to grow stuff like carrots and potatoes and some other maybe Pam's food crops up on the roof. Okay? The alchemist is going to be netherwort and it's going to have a lot of the brewing stuff that we're going to put on the inside of it. We are going to want to, how many slots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 business slots. That's not bad. That's not bad. They're going to be tiny businesses, but hey. Okay. I got to sleep again. Good grief. I swear in 1.710 the nights are short. I mean, the days are shorter than they are in older versions. It really seems that way. So I have 9 shops, okay? And I got to think about this. One of them I want to actually have for all alchemy supplies. Some food. I want to have one that's going to be tea and coffee. You know, we can make it set up like a coffee, kind of like a Starbucks knockoff or barista, whatever, you know. We can make our own kind of name brand franchise. I think that would be cute. That'd be clever. Oh, gosh. What else do we actually need? I want to actually have a flower shop, decorations, furniture. We're going to have one. I think this is going to be where I'm going to move Raz so she's not on this balcony over here all the time taking a camera shot. I'm going to move her statue, and I'm going to give her basically a deco craft shop. It's going to have a shop that's going to have some furniture items in it. Now, I don't know how we're going to have a furniture store in such a small real estate footprint. I'm not sure. We're going to have to figure that one out. But we'll circle back around to that. Furniture shop, that's a maybe. I want some other suggestions. A lot of this space, I want to move the farms down off of the actual old house area from where we originally started up here. But the animal farms, do we want to do a pet shop? I don't know. Question mark after that one. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we should fill up this whole page with suggestions, and we're not doing all of these at once. These are not all the next episode. These are going to happen over the course of a while. But we can start on them. I think I want to start with the grocer and maybe the alchemist first. I think those are going to be the early ones. Well, let's see. Yeah. Anyway, what I've been thinking about is just having these little stores and having, like, let's say, if we have a flower shop, maybe it's Vazkey's flower shop because Vazkey puts out Botania, mod developer for it. Maybe it's not Vazkey, maybe it's somebody else that we actually know that likes flowers even better than better than Vazkey does. You know, stuff like that. I'm a coffee junkie, so I'm probably going to be hanging out in the coffee shop quite a bit. That's me. I want suggestions, and don't just suggest something humorous or something funny. Oh, I know one. My buddy Zaw. Zaw 4. Can we put him on there? It'll... Oh, just barely. Let's do that then. That looks better. Caveman things. Zaw has been supporting me for a long, long time. And he is one of my Patreons. And I really, really think that it would be cool. He has this caveman skin. And every time, for the longest time, every time I saw him, I called him my favorite caveman because he's the only guy I know that actually kind of has this caveman-looking skin. I think he even had his skin redone to make it more caveman-looking. But he joked about caveman things, caveman supply store, you know, like flint and sticks and rocks and stuff like that. And I think that would be humorous. So I actually want to do one of those. We can put it over on the corner, maybe over there, somewhere like that, and make it look kind of like a little cave. That'd be funny. Furniture store. Don't know. So these two are question marks. Even these are question marks. But, you know, I want ideas. If you want to pitch your ideas in the comments below, or maybe you actually want to go over to my forums, you can go to vaygrim.com, register on the forums, post your idea there. I have a section that's specifically for my YouTube series. I have another section that's specifically for my mod pack. So take your pick, either one. If you pitch an idea that I end up using, I will make sure to put your in-game Minecraft in-game name in your forum profile. I will actually put a statue of you in the shop, and if I end up using your idea, and I have a limited amount of space, so there's only going to be a few ideas that are going to end up getting used. But definitely, please contribute. This is really what's going to make this series. That's what's been screwing with me. Live and strive and survive is going to be participation by you folks. So now, 1, 2, that's 4. That's 4. But that means it's only a 3 interior. Wow. Could do that, but these shops right here are going to end up being so tiny. But these buildings are going to have multiple floors to them. Maybe that's not going to be so bad after all. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Joint, shared wall. If I'm going to have a walkway out at the corners, I don't need one between the shops. This makes sense now. Yeah, okay. Which means this would actually be... I still don't know if I'm going to put one here or not. I might put Zaw's Caveman Shop right here. This might be a really good location. It's going to... He had a design he pitched for a low, kind of hunkered down hill. Or a little cave, kind of a makeshift cave, and him standing up front selling sticks and flint, and I think that'd be cute. That does give us a little bit more space on the interior. And then that's 4 inside, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly but surely, it takes shape. These corner stores are going to be the bigger ones, so we can put the larger stuff right there. No, not there. It's getting there. It's getting there. So you're starting to get a basic feel for building footprints. How much space I want these buildings to actually take. Now, ideally, I'm going to make these two share the same architecture. These two will share the same architecture. But these two will be different. This will look different. This will look different. That one will look different. So we're going to have a mixture of architecture here in the actual area. And I think that's going to look good. Then behind here, I've got a plan for another larger building. And then the next island beyond that, it's going to be the gardens and the palace. And that's going to be a really, really big project. So we still have a long road ahead of us. And we're going to have some episodes like this that's all discussion, all planning. And I realize it's not as thrilling and educational sometimes, but it has to be done. So bear with me. Excuse me, as my voice is going out, I'm going to actually have to end this episode slightly early. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm really hoping that you're starting to see what I'm seeing. The vision that's starting to form in my head of how I want things built and where I want things located. I really do hope that you're starting to get that kind of feel for things. And we'll see. if we can actually make that come to fruition. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Vaygrim signing off on another episode of Vaygrim's Chance. Remember, we have another world download coming up this Friday, so maybe we'll get some of these buildings built and in the world download. Or you can just grab the world download and use it to plan things out yourself so you can show me. I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.